I'm lucky and grateful to be the steward of this at the moment. You know, I learned that from Brian Smetzer in Seattle. I mean, Brian's a Seattle icon, played there, coached all levels. He's the MLS coach. And he just says, I'm the steward right now. And at some point, I'm going to have to hand that on. I'm lucky that Robin trusts me to do that. It's been a lot of really great people that have done it before, and there will be people after me that, you know, hopefully I leave it better than I found it. To have the opportunity to evolve it, to try to make it sustainable for as long as it can be, is special.
The unique part to me about the Academy is that we're going to put these kids in an environment where it's different, and we're going to challenge them every day to be better human beings, better soccer players. And you know, ultimately, you might not end up with a college All-American, maybe not invited into a youth national ID camp at 15, but there's a lot of great players that develop at different ages. And I think this is the unique part about what we're trying to do.
Having the USL U20 Academy team is vital for our success in actually trying to do what we're trying to do. Why? Because it truly allows us to have a global kind of reserve team where, on the one hand, players from the younger teams can push to become a part of. It is an important step because you have players that are older than you. It is an important step in the ascension to possibly the first team. We haven't had that opportunity before. Now we do. It is also an opportunity for us to give minutes to some of the guys who are on the first team and may need more consistency, maybe more minutes for consistency and confidence, so that they can really push the guys in the first team 18 or in the first team starting lineup. So the role of the U20 Academy is vital for us, and it's vital for player development.
You know, I think it's important to have levels of play. They're still kids, and training is one thing, being able to play in a meaningful game is everything. And we've seen it from Ty when he went to North Carolina. It's such a competitive environment. He got there, he was 17 years old. There was guys there on the team that were 25, 26. And it is very difficult, as Landon's seeing, to compete and to contribute with guys that are 7, 8, 9, 10 years older than you. And to be able to still train and get that level of training and then turn around and play against guys your own age or even a couple years older, that's so much easier, and then they get to see the results. I mean,
yeah, I think it helps them mentally as well, you know, just being able to, still train with a professional team that are 10, 20 years, I mean, a little bit older than him, but then go to the U20, 23 league. You can see that he flourishes. I mean, he said, hey, I can dominate. These are kids, even though I'm training, I can still play and show my expertise and my skills. And that mentally, I think that helps prepare him as well.
As we develop the players, we are developing them to win. But we do not do that at the expense of development. Getting a result in each of those games in a way that we feel is what is needed for that game for those players to develop is the way we are approaching every game. And trust me, we are going to win in the USL Academy. Connor already did a phenomenal job in Tampa in the USL Academy Cup. Our intention is to compete to win the league as well.
I'm not a guy, Mika is not a guy. We're not reinventing the wheel. We're not saying that people don't do good work. They do. Like, for a long time, there's been good players here, there's been good coaches, there's been good programming. Where we're going with that is, like, right now there are people that become All-Americans. There are people here that become top college players that do make it at the pro level on some level. I just think there's so many more that could, and there are players that reach a level that they could have reached a higher level than that.
There has always been a lack of a pathway for them to the pros in the city. And they've talked about it for years. Now they're doing it, which is pretty cool.
Atlanta United being in MLS, I mean, Matt Lowry and the Atlanta United coach Will Bates is a really wonderful coach. We had a local guy that moved down there. So we felt like we were in great hands. We were. I mean, our experience there was first class. Nothing to say at all. It really boiled down to, gosh, can we get the pro experience but yet still be at home? And again, going back 2020, that wasn't as much as an option, because as Darren first came in with Ty in 2021, the players could come and train, but the chance to be a pro wasn't really set up yet. So we felt like you had to go somewhere else to get the pro experience. And so that's what we did with Landon, and he goes down to Atlanta United, and then Darren's still back there like, hey, if he comes back here, this opportunity is here. And you know, he goes down for a year, he gets homesick, we miss him. told Darren we want to bring him back, and he's like, bring him back. You know, the opportunity's still there.
If you have 16 and 17-year-old male or female playing with grown women or grown men on a daily basis, day in and day out, in the type of environment that helps them grow exponentially, they're going to reach potential. They're going to be the best version of what they could have been. There are so many people. It's the adage where I wish I could go back and tell the 24-year-old me what the 51-year-old me knows now, right? Like all this knowledge and all that stuff. But what if you could put the majority of the knowledge that you can, based on having an understanding of how to do it, so that they do reach that potential? It's what we're attempting to do. And the potential is massive, because if you already have kids that are graduating into college programs and doing well there, or signing pro contracts and getting opportunities even at our level, pretty quick they're going to sign younger with us, and they're going to sign higher and bigger level contracts down the road.
To play with grown men who have played all over the world, and to gain that experience and the little tidbits of knowledge that he gets here and there. He'll come home and describe a story of, hey, did you know somebody played with this guy from the Premier League? Or did you see that this guy played with somebody in the World Cup? You're never going to get that as a 17-year-old. But then at the same time, he can go into the locker room and hang out with boys that he's played with since U11 that know everything they like to do and who their favorite team is and who they cheer for. So it's this perfect blend right now that you have youth and you have experience, but there isn't a divide in the locker room. The culture is all one, which is great.
I think it's been such a privilege for him and for us to see him be mentored by so many amazing people on the team. I mean, literally from around the world. He's experiencing so much world culture right here in his own hometown, and they've been so accepting of him and understanding what his feelings might be like, and that means a lot, of course, as parents, that I really care about his feelings.
And this goes from the leadership all the way through the Kickers organization. Everybody who's around here, you can tell, is supportive of what's happening, and they're excited about it, which is great to see.